Hello all. I know I haven't been on in a few years. This is in response to the YouTuber Hastie's video. Hi. Where have I been recently? Well, that is the question. But basically, about a year ago, almost a year ago, I was in a relationship with someone for about a year and a half. And it was going well, it was going great. And then me and the person I was in a relationship with kind of made a decision that changed the course of everything. And I, eventually, I was living with him at the time, so, but eventually through courses of events that were both mine and the other person's fault, I eventually ended up right back at square one. So in terms of evolving, I didn't do so well in the end. If anything, I really took a backslide. I did have to look up the opposite of evolve for that. But basically, yeah, I didn't do well. I was living beforehand. I was living with my mum and sisters up until I got a place of my own. Lived by myself for about a year, and then I moved in with that person I was on about, and yeah, about a year and a half later, eventually, through courses of events, I ended right back with my mum and sisters. Fun. I moved in with them, I think it was last October, I think. And I've been here ever since. He said in his most recent video about 3 weeks ago that he thinks I had a child. That isn't true at all. I'm childless. As painful as that is. But really, where I am right now, that is the best thing for me. Not having to support another person. Even though I'm kind of helping my mum and sisters as well as they're helping me. We're currently living in a kind of a pit. Basically, our house is overrun with mold and damp, and we tried to back out of it by viewing other places that we might move to, and they said that if we backed out of it, that it would cost 1,200 quid, which is just like, what? So we've decided to go ahead with the damp removal. They said it would take 3 days, and that tomorrow would be the last day. So, hopes it does. But yeah, that's where I am right now. Childless, living in a pit. An actual pit. And I'm in line for a job with a very prestigious, very well-known company, or at least the backbone of the well-known company. Just having to go through pre-employment checks. They're very extensive and being very thorough, and hopefully I'll get a start date soon. But that is basically my progression for the next year, and eventually I will want to learn to drive and move out into my own place when I can afford all of that. But until then, I'm pretty much on pause. So, fun. I don't know when he'll watch this video, but when he does, hello. And yeah, that's basically where I am. Just currently on pause. Fun. Oh, and I'm pretty much broke, like, every month. Another thing, I do vape now, which is not the best, but yeah. And yeah, I also sometimes, every once in a while, I smoke as well. Not the best thing, I know, but it's what life is, isn't it? When he spoke about everything that went on between us, like, he ended up crying at the end, which I thought was really heartfelt and moving. But, like, if I could go back to Keithley and stuff and say hi to him, and I don't really know where we'd go from there. I mean, his video was over half an hour long, and I don't know if my video will be that long. Or, I mean, it's already at almost 7 minutes, so yeah. I just, with everything that's gone over in the past few years with the relationship that was on about, I just kind of feel broken, if that makes sense. Like, I'm in a relationship with someone now, but I don't know if I'll be able to give them 110% of myself because of how the last relationship went. Like, I'm just kind of a living skeleton with skin. It's basically me. And he's, like, tried apologizing and stuff. But basically we broke up because I had feelings for someone else. I won't go into all the specifics on that. I tried being with the person that I left him for a few weeks, and me and the other person had the same problems that we did in the previous relationship me and that other person were in, so that didn't work out. Then for a few months I was single, and then I got back with the person I was living with previously, and we lasted for about less than a month. And honestly, during that time, the person I was with, it's like he lost interest. I don't know if that makes sense. But basically, I felt like I knew something was wrong, but I was trying to salvage what we had together. And then one day when I was at work, I was working at a company as a retail assistant in a gift shop type of place, and while I was working there, I got a text from the person I was seeing, and it was a very long text, and he basically broke up with me. So, and then when I got back to the place that I was staying with him, we had a really big argument, and he said he wanted me out within by the next morning. So I spent the night there, and in the morning I packed up all of my stuff and moved back to here. I will say the one slight advantage, it's more than a slight, is I have my own room here, so that's fun. But besides that, I'm pretty much just back at square one. So, it is what it is, I guess. I do miss him. And by him, I mean Chris. And I miss what we had together. And if I did see him, like I said, I don't know what would happen. But I think that's part of life, just not knowing what will happen. So I hope that answers some of his questions, or some of yours, if you're not him, but you're still wondering where the hell I've been. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. It's pretty much on pause. Anyway, I'm gonna go, and I hope you have a fantastic day, evening, or night, or morning. Bye.